Today, we will discuss the impact of domestic violence on children and teenagers and how education can address this issue. We have three characters. O is a school counselor, KIUNG is a psychologist, and SIA is a child welfare advocate.
I'm so glad we could meet before the event. I have been thinking a lot about the topic. Domestic violence is such a difficult issue.
Yeah, it really is. We intervene, but sometimes I feel like we are missing something.
You mean like we barely scratch the surface?
Exactly. I feel like there are so much pain we diagnosis. We are happy, but are we really addressing the impact need this kind of?
Absolutely. It is heartbreaking. Every day, I see the long-term effects of domestic violence on young minds. You see the immediate bruises, the fear, but the deeper wounds, they stay hidden.
I know what you mean. Just the other day, I had a session with a teenager who has been witnessing violence at home for years. The emotional damage is hard to undo.
Oh, she could not trust anyone, right? Always is feeling unsafe even in page that should have brought the comfort.
Exactly. The worst is how it warps their view of relationship.
Many of them start to believe that the abuse is a normal part of love. It's such a twist perception and it follows them into adulthood.
And that is the cycle we see again and again, isn't it? Children who grow up in violent abuse households often internalize the dysfunction.
They are more likely to become abusers themselves or find themselves in toxic abusive relationship in like they cannot escape their reality because it is all they know.
Yes, but I do believe education can make a difference. If we can reach them early enough, we have a chance to break the cycle. School could play an important role. Imagine if every child learned about healthy relationship, boundaries, and emotional regulation from a young age.
That is exactly what I was thinking. But school alone can't do everything. I think it needs to be a community effort.
Yes, I agree. Parents, teachers, counselors, anyone has to be involved.
We also need to teach children how to express their feelings in a safe way, to let them know that their emotions are valid and that there is adults they can trust. The more support they have, the better chance they will have at healing.
I agree. Creating safe space for children to open up is crucial.
But it's also about educating adults, parents, and caregivers on how to manage their own stress and break the cycle of violence in their home.
We often focus on the children, but if we don't work with the adults, the root of the problem will remain.
Yes, we need to address the trauma and behaviors in the parents too.
Yes, Helping them develop healthier ways to cope with stress and stress is essential.
And it's not just about providing education, it's about access. Many of the families dealing with domestic violence are also struggling with poverty.
Exactly. And they do not always have access to mental health service. We need to make these resources more available, especially in rural areas.
Offering counseling in school could make a huge difference. If children have access to someone like KIUNG in a school setting, they might be able to start processing their trauma earlier.
That's a great point. And perhaps we could work more on preventive measures too.
Yes, we need to create more awareness around domestic violence, both for parents and for kids. If more people recognize the early warning signs, maybe we could step in before things escalate.
We also need to destigmatize getting help. So many families hide their struggle because of shame.
Yes, shame is such a powerful silencer.
It's trapped families in the cycle of abuses with no one feeling like they can ask for help.
If we could shift the cultural narrative, normalize seeking help, and provide discreet way to access resources, I think we didn't see more people stepping forward.
Yes, we have got a long road ahead, but conversations like this give me hope.
The more we work together, school counselors, psychologists, advocates, the more we can do to break these cycles.
Education is key, but so is compassion and making sure these children know they are not alone.
Yes, the challenge is knowing how to reach them. I will see children in my school who are so reckless try to speak out.
I agree with you. Even when we suspect something is wrong, it's hard to get them to open up.
They have learned to hide their pain so well. It is like they are carrying this invisible weight, and it takes so much tension to even begin to unravel what's going on.
That's where trauma-informed education comes in. It's not just about recognizing the signs, but also understanding how trauma affects behavior.
Yes, I think for example, a children who's constantly getting into fight or refusing to do their schoolwork might not be a proper student at all.
They could be acting out because that's the only way they know how to cope with what's happening at home. It's a defense mechanism. Sometimes they are trying to protect themselves or express their pain in the only way they know how.
Yes, teachers and counselors need to understand that these behaviors are often symptoms of deeper issues.
Exactly. It's all interconnected. I had a student last year who struggled with anger issues.
Yes, I think at first we thought it was just teenager period, the usual up and down of adolescence.
But as time went on, his behavior got more extreme, and we started to realize there was something more. It wasn't until he broke down during a counseling session that we learned his father was physically abusive at home. It made me realize how easy it is to overlook the real cause when we are only focusing on the surface behavior.
That's exactly why school need to be a safe haven for these children. They spend so much time there, and it might be the only place where they feel even a little bit of stability.
Yes, I agree, but we also need more support in place. The showers training counselors, peer support group, it cannot just be on the shoulder of the few teachers of counselors.
I have been working with a local NGO to develop workshops for school where students learn about healthy relationship, consent, and how to seek help. We want to empower them with the knowledge and tools they need to protect themselves or help a friend in trouble.
That sounds amazing. It's so important that we give children to language to talk about this thing. Healthy relationship concepts boundaries.
Yes, they often don't have the words to describe what they are feeling or experiencing.
And if they don't know how to talk about it, how can they say for help? And how can they ask for help? Workshops like the ones you are developing could really make a difference.
Yes, and it's equally important to involve the parents when we can. Sometimes you are unaware of the impacts their actions are having on their children.
Yes, other times they are in danger, but with the right education and support, some parents can learn to break the cycle of bullying.
It is not an easy process, but it is possible with the right intervention, involving the community as a whole, teachers, parents, NGOs, create a support network around the child, so they know there's a way out.
Exactly. We can't just focus on the child in isolation. We need to look at the entire ecosystem they are part of.
Yes, breaking the cycle of domestic violence requires a multi-phase approach. Education is one part, but so are mental health service, legal protection, and community involvement.
It is not easy, but every step we take could mean saving a child from years of pain and giving them a chance to build a better future.
It's overwhelming sometimes, but it's also motivating.
I agree with you. Imagine if we could create school where kids feel completely safe.
Yeah, when they know they can trust the adults around them to help.
It is a huge test, but thinking about what we can achieve, we can success that make it all feel worth it.
Absolutely. It's about building a culture of safety and trust, not just within the school, but in the wider community.
And we need more collaboration between psychologists, counselors, and teachers. Sometimes the psychologist's impact is invisible.
I have had students who seem perfectly fine on the surface, participating in class and doing their homework, but underneath they are battling anxiety, depression, or even PTSD. It is all because of past happening at home. We need to work together to catch this sign early.
I agree. But do you think parents should be involved in this too? It is such a sensitive topic.
I feel like a lot of parents who are workless do not even realize the impact they are having on their children.
It's like they think it's normal because that is how they were raised. They may not see their action as harmful.
There's a tough one. Involving parents is tricky, especially when the parents are part of the problem.
Yeah, sometimes they are resistant, defensive, or in denial.
But what is about those cases where parents realize the damage they are doing?
Exactly. I would see cases where they genuinely want to change, they just do not know how, and they are touched in their own cycle of trauma and stress.
It is hard, but when they are willing to work on it, real change can happen.
Exactly. There needs to be more community-based support for families, offering counseling not just for the children, but also for the parents as well.
I agree. I think we have to get to the root of the problem. Sometimes domestic violence is not just about anger, it's about stress, financial pressures, and a lack of communication.
If we can address those root causes, it could make a huge difference. It is not always about bad people, but bad circumstances and learned behavior.
You are right, and that's where education plays a key role again.
If we can teach young people about emotional regulation, conflict resolution, and communication skill, maybe they won't grow up repeating the same mistake.
I agree with you. It is about prevention, not just intervention. We can't just react to the violence after it happens. We need to give kids the tools they need to navigate their emotion and the relationship in a healthier way.
And we need to keep pushing for policy change. It is not just about what we do as individuals. It is about the system.
Yes, and I think school need more resources, more funding or mental health support and better reporting system, right?
Right. It is not enough to just talk about it. We need action. We need to make sure that when kids do reach out, there is a whole structure in place ready to support them.
It's hard to think that some can never feel safe, even in their own home.
I agree with you. That's why we need to be their advocate.
Right. We might be the We might be the only adults in their life who are willing to listen and help.
Yes, we have to be their safety net, the one they can turn to when everything else feel hopeless.
Exactly. It is a heavy responsibility, but it is worth it.
In my opinion, if we can save even one child from the cycle of violence, we are making a difference.
Sometimes it feels like an uphill battle, but moments like that make it all worth it.
Yes, this might even lead to the one we are organizing are so important. Raising awareness, starting conversation is the first step toward real change.
Yes, I agree. If we can get people talking, that would be the great start.
Yeah, getting people to see the sign and understand the impact is crucial. Maybe we can get more support for the change we need in school and communities.
I agree. It is a long road, but you are on the right path.
Right. Every conversation, every event, every chill we have, it all adds up.
Yes, we just have to keep pushing forward, one step at a time. Thank you. Yes. Habis. Thank you.
还20吧。
后面可以剪个吗？
耶！我看我不要30要后来了。
不要。
On the ankles of those accused of domestic abuse. From today, alleged perpetrators bailed by courts will have their every move monitored right around the clock.
These are some of the faces of our domestic violence shame. Victims allegedly killed by partners, exes and family.
Our community has responded very clearly that this is not good enough and they want their government to act.
From today, anyone facing serious DV charges will be forced to wear an ankle bracelet if released on bail.
People will have their movements monitored 24/7
to keep victims of domestic violence safe.
Mandated monitoring, the latest in a raft of changes brought in to combat concerning rates of violence.
And in addition to that, we saw on the 1st of July the implementation of the coercive control offence.
Brought in following the horrific murder of Forbes mother Molly Ticehurst, allegedly at the hand of her former boyfriend while he was on bail. These devices and the corrective services team behind them don't just monitor for breaches of geographic bail conditions, but also concerning patterns of behaviour that could indicate stalking, alerting authorities before further problems happen.
Immediately our staff contact a potential victim, advise them to enact their safety plan and simultaneously contact the New South Wales Police.
The question, particularly in regional areas, will police have the numbers
to respond in a timely way? I think that's a pressure point right across the state.
Andrew Denny, 7 News.
Hi, my name is ST and I'm an educator.
I'm Hacharan, a fun-loving person and outgoing person.
Hi, I'm Zikri Mazuki. I'm 30 years old and I like cats and I like happy thoughts.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm 18. I'm a college student and I'm a strong advocate for human rights.
Hey, what's up? I'm Darren, play in a band called An Honest Mistake. I also run a record label.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm 22 years old. I'm a content writer and I am an advocate for women's rights.
In your lifetime, have you ever known or come to know of someone who's experienced domestic violence?
Gotten to a point where it gotten physical. Basically, I got punched in the face. I went back home and I told myself, you know what, that's it. So I just left, never looked back.
So I do know a couple of women actually. They find it hard to leave the relationship because they have so much of commitment. Money could be an issue, they're relying on their partner.
Do you know what to do when someone tells you that they are being abused?
I think the first thing naturally is to be the listener, not to be judgmental, to be there for the person.
Apart from seeking advice from your friends or your family, the most obvious one would be to go to the police.
Is going to the police a good thing to do? Yes, it is. Domestic violence, violence against women, it is a crime in Malaysia. Go to the police.
And for me, my social circle, I'm 18, so all my friends, they rely a lot on their family. If you will get to involve into a report telling that your parents are abusive, it kind of saddens me because I do not even know the answer when my friend comes to me.
If you fear for your well-being, that there's this code message. Pick up the phone and say, hi, code word, and they will know straight away that you need help.
Would you knock on your neighbor's door if you heard some quarreling noises?
If I see something is wrong, I would check out. Probably there's some sign that you can help. You try, because at the end of the day, you're a member of the society, everyone is. I feel like you gotta play a part.
Why no?
The fear. And we go and knock the door and this guy might, in anger, he might come and say, who the hell are you? Please get out.
First of all, I do not know what I'm getting into. I might make the argument worse.
If I was in an abusive relationship, I would want someone to come and check up and make sure that I'm okay. If you don't know your neighbor, you feel like it's not right to go up to them, I would honestly just call the cops. They wouldn't know who's calling.
Yeah.
They know just someone reported it, so I would just do that.
Don't forget, there are organizations like WEI, Women's Aid Organization. If you need to reach out, please call our hotline. It's 0379563488, 24 hours.
Domestic violence can happen to anyone. Do you agree?
Anyone can be abused. I thought I'm a good person, but apparently I'm not. I got punched in the face. I mean, look at what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Nobody believed him at first. It's always the women being abused, never by the guys.
Like you think your friend who seems so happy, your best friend who makes you happy, makes you laugh, but actually they're going through something so much more.
It's really an eye-opener for me to see the answers of fellow friends.
From someone who's a student, someone being male, someone being female.
I think it's good, to be able to also shed light on stuff like that, because just because you don't know of something doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Because they're always so hidden, always behind closed doors. People tend to say that, no lah, it doesn't happen. Shedding light on it is very important.
Do you think it's important to know the number to call?
Yes, it's important to know what number to call. At the very least, the police.
Very important to know the help you deserve and how to get the call, how to get the help. And I think that you should have it as a speed dial.
What do you think we as society should do to curb domestic violence?
I feel that ads should be everywhere, more videos should be made, celebrities, should use their influence and power to speak up on these things, making everybody creating that kind of awareness,
Like everyone should try to be more open about it and show there's nothing wrong with being a victim. You can be open about it and you can seek help, and there are people out there who are willing to help you out.